Yeah, people were like still wanted to kick us in the head, but they sort of respected us.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And nothing's really changed.
Yeah.
Chris Parker, welcome to Fwend.
Oh my gosh, thanks
Hello.
for having me. This is so nice.
Thanks for being our Fwend today.
It's an honour to be here.
If it, for full context, we are recording this during the comedy festival, and today is your day off. So really, thank you for being here.
Yeah,
And towards the end
genuinely.
of the festival too.
Yeah, but it is just nice, isn't it, to get into a small, dark, well-lit room
Yeah, I
and
Yeah.
be forced to converse with people.
know. Quite nice.
Podcasts actually bring out the best in us in terms of conversation.
It's true.
This is what we need, is the idea that someone's listening to
Yeah.
us
Yeah.
in order to actually chat and listen to each other.
Yeah.
So true.
Because usually what we would be doing is sitting in a bar talking about people we know, but in a way that can never be recorded,
Yeah.
in a way that can never be
It
broadcast.
actually does add a nice filter of like, we become our higher selves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we
Yeah.
know that people are listening.
Whereas other nights we become like our higher selves.
No,
I
that's
do
low.
I do a podcast with like a friend of mine, and
Ooh, we're already talking about friends. Great.
yeah, well, yeah, we'll get right into it. But no, it's like, I don't think if we had a podcast, we would be chatting once a week.
Yeah.
Yes.
But because we've got the podcast,
Yeah.
Totally, yeah.
it does keep the friendship maintenance
Is that
happening.
particularly now that Eli lives in London?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
This is my
exactly.
friend
It's
Emma.
exhausting when someone moves to London, isn't it?
Oh, sorry. But
Now we can now have a podcast about when your podcast partner moved to another country. Because luckily,
maybe he and I could start a podcast.
Oh,
Cheeky
here we go.
breakaway.
You would love that.
call it the male gaze friends, the male friend, the male Fwends.
Does that work for you, George? The male Fwends.
Yeah, the male friends, sure. One.
Yeah. Well, you and Eli
Random.
can converse about your male friends.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about boys, yeah.
Now we often start this podcast with Chris Parker. Do you think you are a good friend?
Yeah, that's such a good. I always watch the clips of people breathing in this answer,
Yeah.
falling over it, and it always takes a big inhale. I think
Everyone's a bit stressed about it.
Yes, I think I am a good friend in the sense that I've got a lot of friends that have been around for a long time.
That's a good
Got
sign.
evidence.
You're cellaring.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I get some good vintage in there. Yeah, I would say, yeah, but like we're obviously all, we all have our faults. Gosh, have you seen Merrily We Roll Along?
No, but I know of the
Recently.
they're doing a pro shoot of it, and I'm going to watch it.
Yes, I watched it with Jonathan Groff, Daniel Radcliffe.
This is
and I
the
always forget the female's name. And she's the
Sondheim
best
musical.
person in it. She's a Sondheim musical
Yeah,
about
yeah.
a friendship that spans 20 years.
Oh, I've never seen
Oh,
But there's an amazing song about the difference between a good friend and an old friend.
Oh.
And made me weep on a plane because I've got so many old friends. But old friends, the essence of the song, let me just butcher Sondheim for a second.
Please do.
It's like they don't necessarily.
Paddy's been doing it for years. So
they don't
Burn.
they don't like hold you to. An old friend will let you continue your shitty behavior
Right.
versus like a good friend might be a new recent one that might kind of call you out, or like an old friend you just like keep journeying through like seasons together of like, oh, they're in their like horrific era, but like I'm still there.
Yeah, okay.
I still by their side. And I've got a lot of those friends where we just sort of like don't necessarily like work on like self-improvement with each other, but we just, we just know each other, respect each other, know each other's habits, and we're like, I don't expect you to change.
Right, okay.
I just want you to be you.
Is that always a good thing?
I think it's important. I actually think it's important. I
Yeah.
mean, huge swing here. I mean, how funny is this podcast and how more like deep and just like real is it?
Whichever way you want to go.
Because
Both
none of my
ways.
takes are funny, but it's like I don't think people can really change much. And I think
Yeah,
it's actually not a
really?
good. I don't think it's fair to expect someone to change for you.
Interesting. Yeah.
You
Okay.
can grow and evolve.
But what
you can
about...
talk about them behind their back, but don't expect change.
But I think sometimes with an old friend, you can maybe fall into habits that you've had for a really long time. Whereas when you make a new friend, which can,
On
happens
your
if
best
you're,
behaviour.
or like if you move cities, or if you're in a situation where you make a new friend, you kind of have a chance to have a clean slate.
Yes.
And you can be a better version of yourself.
Moving schools.
from the start, sometimes that's quite
People used
helpful.
to call me actually lightning at school. Like you can just start.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
you
just
start a
start
rumour.
again.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But I mean, I changed schools around a bit, but I always found myself on like I'm on the back foot, you know. I'm like, right, I got to pull out the best of my personality to like make any kind of friend here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know, maybe you're right. Like, well, I like the feeling of. I think it's important to feel like you aren't performing sometimes in a friendship.
Yeah, for sure.
And so when you get to be like base level terrible self and they accept you for that,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
I like.
So good.
I think, and I reckon we're similar with this. I think people that maybe peripherally know us are like, oh, like fun and like smiley and that kind of thing. And then the first time someone sees you be a real cunt about something, and I've had it happen in the last couple of weeks, and someone go, oh, and it's a little bit. It's kind of like, nah, this is me.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
This is what it's going to be like for most of the time.
Like savage takes, you know, like
Yeah.
Michael and I will pick, me and my husband, like we'll pick things apart like vultures, you know, and I think
Yeah.
sometimes our friends see it and they're like, holy shit. You know, but it's like, yeah.
Old friends.
Well, speaking of really old friends, who was your first ever friend?
Okay. You know, this is a really good question because I feel like when you're really young, your friends get sort of put upon you in a way
Yeah.
because it's like it was like mum and her best friend. They both had kids at the same time. And so we were like, well, Madeline is your best friend.
Make
And I
it
was
work.
like, okay. Yeah, I guess she is.
Yeah.
And there's lots of like, you know, you go through the family album and it's like photos of us as kids and it's like, Madeline is my best friend and, you know, but one day I will marry her. Like, it's kind of weird, like weird that mum kind of wrote that in the photo album. But we actually did, yeah, we were really close. And because we summer holidayed together.
That's a big one.
Yeah, so she lived in Christchurch with me, and then when we were about 6 or 7, that's when they moved to like a new city, and so it was like quite a big feeling actually as a kid to like learn about like a friend moving away, but then we'd still summer holiday together, and we holidayed at the same place for 20 years.
Wow. I love a holiday in the same place.
Quite a weird place too. It was
It often is.
because the family friends, he was like a teacher. We worked in the, you know, Ministry of Education. And so we stayed in this place called Salisbury Girls' School, which was sort of described to us as a school for troubled girls.
Oh.
But it's actually much more, obviously now, like being an adult and looking at it, it's much
Yeah.
more complex than that. But like learning difficulties, or they've been like ostracized or whatever, for whatever reasons.
Yeah.
So it's like I kind of got
Criminally insane.
would be on a lobotomy list back in the day.
Yeah.
Now they've figured out
Sure,
ways
sure.
to like actually.
Elizabeth Taylor would play all of them very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Shutter Island.
Yeah.
But they had like a boarding school.
Shut her island.
It was like a boarding school, and we stayed in the staff block. And it had
Wow.
like dorm showers, and like you could like ride your bike around, and it was just like the best summers
That's quite
ever
fun,
in
though.
Nelson. But yeah, every year spent New Year's with my family in like a boarding school for girls
Oh my gosh, with Madeline.
with Madeline.
Playing Madeline, it's Madeline. You
Yeah,
had
it was
a
big for
boarding
her
school.
actually, quite a famous name.
Yeah.
I think it kind of, she was sort of had to be like, do I want to like lean into the
Yeah.
books or not? But yeah, a girl as well. So there was lots of like,
Yeah.
you know, oh, this is going to be your wife one day. Like lots of that stuff when we were like really young.
And why didn't that happen?
Yeah, talk us through.
Yeah, I don't know actually. Yeah, Madeline
Yeah.
she.
Yeah.
Do you know what's crazy though? So we sort of stopped
The
like
girls
obviously-
at the... No?
we stopped hanging out like I don't know, like
10 years ago.
Yeah. And I sort of stay in touch with them a little bit, but they're like, because
Okay.
it's like family friends, it's like, it usually requires like a family function to like all
Right.
connect again. But she's had like 3 kids,
Yeah,
and
wow.
her second eldest, Florence, looks exactly like her. And when I met her, she was the age that I was friends with Madeline.
Oh, that's so weird.
And it was like seeing my friend
in time.
at the age that I remember them at, and I can I could barely talk to her.
Wow.
Because it was just like, it was like being in like some sort of time continuum. I was like,
Yeah.
ugh, like it was floating above my
And
head.
if you had a bath with her now, that's different.
So many baths together. Like, not now, but back in the day.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
much of that, yeah. So many like naked photo shoots. I was like,
Yeah, of
And Getty has a
course.
lot to answer for. Like, because everyone was sort of trying to do their own version of it. And it was always like,
So
let's strip the kids down and put them in pots. Like, it was lots of that.
What sort of stuff did you do on the summer holidays?
Well, mainly, I
you-
think that the parents just liked that we were all like gated in, so they could just, we were like, riding bikes and
Yeah,
it was sort of like a 90s movie in the sense that it was like broken bones and, like first girlfriends would come for like a period, like when we were like 14 or whatever. Like we went through like so many different seasons. There was like all this drama, like my sister once overdosed on her medication and had to get her stomach pumped. It was like thrilling stuff,
Wow.
What else happened?
This is like a 90s movie.
It was not truly like and the dorm themselves were like quite run down, but we sort of loved it all. Lots of bike riding, and then Dad would do a thing called crazy drives where he would put us in the back of the car, take the seats
What?
out, and just do like burnouts. On the grass, and we would just like roll around in the
Crazy
back of the car, being like, "Wah!" But it was like, we need to stop. Like, I'm pretty sure the kids have concussion.
Oh my god.
And we
And
did
then the
things
PlayStation was invented.
That's so funny.
and lots of like, because it would rain, so you'd go to the rental shop and fight about like how many video rentals you can get for
Yeah.
the week, and then you'd kind of watch those.
That's quite a big deal, though, to have like a young friend who's like a witness to every year to the changes over 20 years.
Yeah, and
kind of
she really
amazing.
like, and I guess because she's like, you kind of, because we'd only see each other like once a year over the
Yeah.
summer holiday, so you sort of bring like, right, I'm really into like this now. Like you sort of bring whatever you'd sort of developed in your personality over the year to the summer holiday, and the other person would sort of recalibrate
Yeah.
around it, which was sort of like, I guess, disorienting, but really sweet when we were younger. But then we obviously got like
Yeah.
older, and she became like, she was hanging out with her gal pal. So it was like one
Yeah.
summer it was like she brought like 4 of her best
Wow.
gal friends along, and it was like me sort of recalibrating that.
And that feeling, did you have at any time? I remember with the friend that I was kind of put together with, Lucy. Shout out to Lucy. And now we kind of see each other again. But there was a while where she was maybe a year or two older than me, and it's just enough that when you're kids, we got on really well. And then suddenly I was like the loser who was 2 years younger than her, and we'd be at their house, and her friends were over, and I was just, and then you'd have to keep going into the parents' like area to be like, what are you guys doing? She's like, no, just go and play with Lucy. She's like, I can't tell you, but she really doesn't want to play with me. But like, you know what I mean? Like that
No, but it's-
recalibration can sometimes not be enough. Did that
It's
ever?
actually what that makes me feel as well is like the pressure that as adults we place upon children to like keep hanging out with their
Yeah,
friends. But it's
just
like,
get on.
what is happening in the body and in the brain over
Totally.
those years? It's like you are like like imagine if you went through that much physical change over a year of your life, like essentially going through puberty or something, and
Yeah.
you're expected to just keep hanging out with people. Like you're a completely different person between like 7 and 8, 8 and 9, 9 and 10. But it's sort of like, well, keep.
Especially if you like are
Hanging out.
checking in once a year.
I know.
Like if you're just sort of catching up once a year for a family holiday.
Yeah.
We
See
really
how they've
should
grown.
hang out, and
Sharing a
connect more,
room.
actually, it would be very sweet. I mean, I think I've always wanted to like recreate the
Have you sort
summer
of
holiday again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think probably
You should buy
awkward.
it.
I don't know.
That should be like the weird thing that like you do as a successful person is like, guys, I bought
bought the school.
the dormitory for insane women.
What's
like-
Chris up to now? Well, he did it out of a nice gesture for something. Now he's running the school. Also, it's so crazy because she's got 3 kids, and I can already like sense their experience of like if they went to this weekend away, you know, just being like, who is this guy? You know, like, do you remember as a kid where you had to meet your parents' friends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they expect you to be invested into it, and you're like, I don't give a shit. They're like, no, but this is great. Me and Ian used to hang out when we were kids, and you're like, I don't care.
I don't care. I
Ian's
barely
a
know
weird
who
old
you
guy.
are. I don't know your first name.
God, I do find myself doing that now as well. You know, when you meet your friends' kids, and you're like, wow, you've grown so much.
I
You know, and I
know.
just
Do all
remember
the
having those
things.
conversations with adults and just being like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Stop talking to me. And then you find yourself being that adult.
But what if one day
know.
you go on holiday with them and there's a little blonde boy who's the same age as her daughter, and then you can just and it turns out we're all on a time loop.
I would and then you also
Yeah.
That actually gives me the spooks. I actually don't like because she does look exactly the same. She had the same eyes and everything. It was really weird.
Wow.
It was like it made my heart like race.
Did you have to sit her down at one point and say, look, we might not get married? Or did that just sort of work itself out?
I think I remember like looking through the photo album and being a bit like pressured by those pages where Mum was like, Madeline is my girlfriend and one day I'll marry her, and having to be like, are you serious about like is this some sort of arranged marriage thing that I'm not like, this is a lot.
Well, you know, the mums are like, oh, it'll be so fun at the wedding. We can both pick our outfits together. And
I'm
like,
sure
it would
when
be
we-
really convenient.
There are photos of us dressed up as like bride and groom.
Of
It was
course.
really being pushed.
Yeah.
I will say, like, there's actually a lot of like
Yeah.
us being married law existing in our friendship. But I
Yeah.
think Mum, so when we started doing ballet together, that the mums were like, oh, it's probably not happening. Let's be honest.
Well, let's jump forward a few years, or maybe not. Maybe your fastest friend was when you were a kid, but who would you say was your fastest friend, Chris?
Fastest growing friendship, honestly, probably, if I think about it, Tom Sainsbury. That was lightning quick.
What happened?
Okay, so he
Met in a caravan park run by insane women.
In a dormitory?
it's so weird. So like
Well, Tom Sainsbury's a New Zealand comedian.
he's a New Zealand comedian, and
Okay.
he's like kind
Theatre
of
maker.
known and loved now for these like Instagram videos, and so he uses like Snapchat filters, and he just sort of does these character videos. But he is a kind of
Prolific?
Prolific. Where does the L go?
prolapse
Yeah,
playwright.
prolapse.
He's written so many plays. Like he's a real
Wow.
theatre like nut.
And how did you first meet?
So he was doing plays in Wellington, and I was like a student at drama school, and I just sort of went along to the shows, and it was like obviously everyone adores Tom. Like when you see him on stage, there's like nothing, there's no one funnier than him. But for me, it was like, oh no, this guy gets it, and I get him. Like, and he didn't know I existed at that point, but I was like, there was just something where it was like my exact sense of humor.
Yeah.
Seeing that on stage, and it was such a relief to know that that exists and that
Yeah.
people can
So
do that.
nice.
And I was like, holy shit. Then I was living in Auckland, went for a walk, bumped into him, introduced myself to him. We had a mutual friend, Leon, who sort of introduced us. We were wearing the same sneakers. And honestly,
Coincidence?
a week later, we were best friends. Texting every day, hanging out every day. Like, we were
Really?
already starting to write a web series, all from the shoes. And it was just because the humor was like it was like off we go.
Did you have a quiet mission to make him your best friend? Like, was that a bit of
I think I wanted
stress?
to like work with him.
Yeah, okay.
And collaborate with him, but I
Yeah.
didn't realize it might be friendship as well. And I probably
Yeah.
didn't predict the extent of how much we would work together. Like,
Yeah.
which is a lot. Like we've written a lot together and done a lot of stuff together. But
Yeah.
it's just because there's no better feeling than
Yeah.
collaborating with him, because it's like we can talk about the minutia of everything and laugh
Yeah.
continuously about it. And so we're just constantly finding reasons to work together so that we can like keep doing that thing that is so fun. But yeah, it happened in a week.
Yeah.
It happened basically in a week.
What were the first steps? Like, how old were you when you met?
Well, he's a little bit older than I am.
Okay.
And which I like to remind him of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's important to
I'm like
do.
that with Karen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd love to know.
I never forget.
Well, because I'm very young, but you're actually quite old. But I'd love to know the statistics of in the mid 2000s how many friendships were made and lost by deciding to make a web series together. Like, it's such a particular in the arts where
Yes.
people like, and we'll make it into a web series, and that destroyed some people's relationships. So the fact that
Truly.
it galvanized yours.
We shot, and it probably was how it all we really locked it in terms of the friendship, because it was
Yeah.
just like, it was called Bachelor Pad, and it was a series about, oh my God, it's honestly so weird. But basically, my character's trying to sublet like a room in a flat, but it's his room. He's subletting his room, so he's living in it as well as leasing a corner out to Tom's character. And we just shot it in one room over a week, and just with one guy with a camera, and that was it. Like, I don't even think we had mics or anything. And
Does this exist anywhere still?
it's
or
still
have
on
you-
YouTube.
Yeah.
It's so bad. And it doesn't make
Ooh.
any. You're watching it. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. We're kind of working out our sense of humor, like
Yeah.
together. But God, we laughed so much.
That's so fun.
And it is one of those friendships though that like we have to be kind of like we would never be like, should we go to Fiji together? Like, that would be crazy. We are always working when we hang
Right.
out. I don't know how we would handle like.
That's interesting.
You need parallel play.
Yes, exactly. But some friendships need that.
Yes.
Yeah, so we just sort of need like, and he doesn't love like going out for like lavish dinners, which is sort of the sport that I play.
Yeah, sure. I love that sport.
Yeah, so yeah, we're
it's really cool.
professional athlete.
Yeah.
So so it's like the way that I can kind of access him is like coming up with ideas and making
Yeah.
sketches or videos. Or
What is it about his brain that you love?
He's twisted, you know. Like if one of us goes, the thread has to be eviscerated. Like our text chain is so bad, but that you need someone that you can text
Yeah, true.
like that level with.
Oh yeah, sex toys is
Yeah.
old news. No one cares about sex toys anymore. The group chat about the group chat needs to go.
Oh my God, exactly. Like, this chat is so bad.
Yeah.
But it's just the stuff that we joke about.
Yeah.
I can't even bring it up, you know, but it's like, it's so good. And it's so important because you feel it and it's funny to you and you know it's funny, but you're like, who can I share this with? And you're like,
Yeah.
Tom, I'll text Tom.
Oh, amazing. That's magical when that happens, though, when you just, because you do kind of fall in love with someone when it's like that chemical, when you're just like immediate, pew, 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 pew.
Yeah.
It's so rare and
And
special.
I think Tom does that. Like, he falls in love with people as well. And so I became like, we were both just like equally fascinated with each other.
Yeah.
And it was just suddenly like texting all the time.
Are you usually a bit more of a slow burn? Like, to become a really good friend, does it take a long time to really get to know you?
Okay, this is like interesting you ask this question because I think this is like the center of this whole idea around me and friendship. I have a very core friend group who I wouldn't even classify as, and you like, Reese already knows who they are. They're like family to me. And because
It's a little cult, like, but a way that you're not worried about. The FBI isn't keeping an eye on them, but they're like, there's something going on over
And are
there
you
in
all
the
friends?
basement of that church.
They're all friends with each other as well.
Yeah,
It's like
there's a really
a little
like
gang.
tight unit inside of it.
Yeah.
And then there's a wider unit that's really locked in too. But because that tight unit is so kind of locked in,
Yeah.
I find it services so many of my needs.
Yeah.
That it's quite hard to like fully open myself up for like big friendship in a
new
way because
one.
I'm like so
Yeah.
like locked in.
Do you think they would also be a bit like, who's that person?
No, like we've all got our own friends and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's just like we come back to each other for everything. They're really important people.
How did it start?
Okay, so let's just name them. So this is
Okay.
the core
In
group.
order of favourites.
Well, it's basically this. It's a trio. So it's Eddie, Brynley, and myself.
Okay.
And we've been friends for. Well, Eddie and I have been friends since I was 14. So that's 21. Wait, no, is that 21 years? No, that's not right maths. 14. I'm 35.
Yeah, 21 years.
You're okay.
And Brynley came
You're
in
okay.
about 6 months later, a year later. Into
Okay.
She was at a different school.
Wow.
That's what everyone was telling. Yeah, I have a friend. She just goes to a different school.
And it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's really full on. You know, like it's a big.
yeah.
They're siblings. We're married. It's
Yeah.
It's like Will and Grace vibes.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I think it is kind of weird to like have another best friend in a way, because I'm like, oh no, that is fully taken.
Yeah.
Even though they drive me crazy, like crazy, constantly.
How early was it, the three of you, that it was just locked in, those three? That's the core.
Yeah, Mum was so confused as she was watching it happen. She was just like, what the fuck is
Really?
the dynamic here? Like, yeah, because it was like, she's like, obviously my son's probably gay. Eddie's straight. And Brinley, she was like, oh, maybe, and you'd think there was some sort of like relationship fostering there or something like that. But she just couldn't work it out. But basically the way, the origin story is that Brinley had a crush on me. And we all met during high school theatre sports.
Really?
Brinley had a crush on me. Eddie had a crush on Bryn, and I was in the closet.
Oh, wow.
Then it all,
So it's just going round and round nowhere.
yeah, and then it all came out.
Yeah.
All the feelings came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, this is not going to work.
How do they all come out?
Reshuffle.
Yeah, we just were like, okay, well, let's be friends then.
Wow.
And we were like, okay. And so then we just like, as 14, 15-year-olds, we're like, okay, we'll be friends.
That's
and,
just where you put all your love energy.
and I think maybe because we like were vulnerable with each other about our feelings in like adolescence.
Yeah.
It's like now the friendship can handle anything. Grief of a parent, like breakups, moving cities, like so much stuff. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, and even like if something recently happened and it's like,
Yeah.
I get a call from Brent immediately. It's like, okay, right. Like, and it's like, right, what's the plan? I come over within an hour and I'm like, I'm going to get your show up. I'm going to like,
Yeah.
your life's in this place. It's fine. I'm going to like, I've got you, girl. Like,
Yeah.
and no questions asked.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like total duty obligation.
That's such a beautiful safe haven to have.
It's heaven.
Yeah.
Like, even just the thing of being like, well, we're moving house or whatever. And I'm like, well, obviously Brinley and Eddie will help. Like, you just know you got a spare pair of hands.
Yeah.
Which is like, so you just take them for granted.
Well, that's family.
It is.
What are
It
their
is.
personalities like? What do you love about them as friends?
I mean, Eddie is insane.
Okay.
Yep.
The craziest.
I can back this up.
Seems like a theme for you.
He's so crazy.
Yeah.
So we met at high school, and I honestly actively avoided him for weeks. I would run away from him after school. This is in my book. Like, he knows this. Did not want to be friends with the guy.
Yeah.
Because we were at this like really toxic all boys school. So it was like,
Oh, hell.
this guy's going to get me killed.
Right.
Because he was wearing like a bow tie and riding a unicycle. I was like, I'm trying to be invisible.
We will
the way
not
I
survive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Eddie's really changed.
He really has, but he's still fully eccentric.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he's just like
Oh, I
a
love it.
perfectly full, rich personality.
Yeah.
And so I was sort of avoiding him for a while, but he was a drama kid, so we became part of the drama kind of boys at our high school, and then we became like sort of, I guess, dependent on each other in terms of survival and that, but like not by
Yeah.
being like in the way that boys do at high school, which is not like, whoa, this is really a lot. We're being bullied every day. It was more just like we just keep making each other laugh and pretend that the rest of the stuff doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But we'd be like walking down the hallways like laughing and then just get totally shoulder barged by like a group of boys, and then we'd be like, anyway, and then just like keep talking. Like, but it's so important because you have to keep resilient.
It's like you've got a little comrade.
Ignore the bullying, charge on. Okay, keep planning the Shakespeare performance you're putting up together. Like, it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Straighten the bow tie. Keep walking.
no, exactly.
Totally.
And then we just sort of like, and then we met Bryn through like theatre sports stuff, and that's when all the crushes were developing, and then crushes dissolved, and then we just like continued hanging out after school every day. We'd go to the mall and be random.
Oh, I remember. When we were all random.
We were so
Yeah.
random.
We were very random. It was a random time.
Yeah.
Not like now. It all feels very concise.
Yeah.
I think
quite organised,
I would describe these times as precedented.
We go to like you go to the mall, like eat like shit food, and like go to photo booths and go time zone and get photos together and play games, and it'd basically be like for Eddie and I at the friendship formed on the walk home from school.
big time.
That became like a 2-hour walk.
That's such a scene.
Oh my!
Yeah.
And we had these things. We'd like go to the river, and like I don't know, look at the river, and then be like, don't jump, I don't know. And then we'd go to the dairy, and we'd like, there's this lady there. Oh, like you don't call them dairies.
No, but I'm acclimatized now. It's like a milkshake,
milk
or
like a milk bar.
kind of.
Milk bar sounds so like 1950s to me.
Dairy.
Dairy is like
Corner store, kind of like.
yeah, like a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
But it's more kind of independently owned.
I thought I was losing my mind the first time I went to New Zealand, and someone said, "Do you know where the closest dairy is?"
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like
the country,
The farm where they do the milking?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's so
dairy culture.
beautiful.
Yeah. It's
okay.
like it's like
A convenience
a
store.
servo.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Yeah, but and the lady would always sell discount pies to us because obviously, there's these big, tall, like quite eccentric young guys. I had like shoulder length hair, like Farrah Fawcett blowout vibes, and Eddie had like a big
heaven.
curly mop.
Oh.
We looked
Okay, you're sticking out.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were sticking out in a big way, and then we'd be like charming her so much because we know nothing more than a woman's approval. And so she'd
gayest
be like,
thing you can
"Here,
be."
have a couple of the old pies." That she'd love when the boys came in. She'd give us, and they were
Yeah.
always like steak and kidney, but we'd kind of like eat the pastry and then throw it out.
Yeah.
Got to give my boys those pies.
so,
Special boys.
so that walk would just happen, all the time, and then Brindley sort of became a part of the walk, and now, it's like they're just like an extension of my body.
You're just
Do you
walking
think
through life.
those walks are important? Because I had my friend Jackson and I would walk home every day, and
Yeah.
I think you're in between authority figures.
Yeah. It's
Like,
a limbo.
You're between school and home.
Yes.
And you can openly bitch without anyone
Yes.
like overhearing you.
Yeah.
And especially going down to the river, and you can probably, I'd imagine you either gossiped or maybe even like confessed things or like told secrets or and it's
Totally.
because at school someone could hear this, at home someone could hear this, but we are weirdly in the world
Yeah.
where no one could hear this.
It is you're like exercising independence and
Yeah.
you're sort of
Totally.
discovering maybe who you are when you're not like in an institution or in your domestic setting.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, who am
Or
I
on
in
a
the
holiday where
world?
you stayed in an institution.
And you've got this sort of
God,
relief of
really?
having
Okay.
you've kind of also got, it's like the time of day and you've got the relief of just having got through another school day, but it's before you have to go home and do your homework and then do the next day.
Yes.
Like it is this kind of lovely twilight zone.
And if you were our age, you then got home, hopped right onto MSN,
yeah.
and then told other people about what you'd heard on the walk. Or
Eddie and I were planning lots of we were just school was kind of busy for me. Like I was sort of so involved because the school
Extracurricular.
big time
Yeah.
because there was no arts in our school. It was the top school for rugby in the world.
What? Oh
And
my
when in my
God.
first year there, they were like, "We're the top school for rugby. We've won every single cup that you can win in rugby this year internationally."
Did you ever play rugby?
No. I've just been like, this is going to be the longest 5 years of my life. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how, but then, so to create a sense of any sort of artistic community, we just had to do it. And the
Yeah.
school just let us do it. So it was
Cool.
yeah, because they were like, great.
Yeah.
But we ran the arts committee. We were doing hosting shows. Eddie and I would run the arts assembly on a Thursday. And it was kind of like when I started, it was probably the closest of ever becoming like a slideshow comedian. Because Eddie would make the PowerPoint presentation and I would sort of riff in the room but I didn't. And the slides were he was discovering like Photoshop. So it'd be like, come to the Theatre Sports meetup. And it'd be like,
Boing,
woo,
boing, boing,
and it would kind of get a laugh from the room and I'd sort of make a little joke. And so we became this sort of
Double
Bit of a
act.
double act.
yeah, people were still wanted to kick us in the head, but they
Sure.
sort of respected us.
Yeah.
that's nice.
And nothing's really changed.
Yeah.
Well, who are some of the people that you want to kick in the head? Want to form a Fwend?
Yeah.
Now, this could obviously mean anything. This can be someone you haven't, we've had people that have said, oh, they're my husband now. So, it can be anything. But also feel free to
Wait,
tell
so
us
this is a
someone
friend
you-
I've lost, is that? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's a change in a friendship, like a former friend.
There's so many. There is so many.
Interesting.
It's tough. I think some of it is geography based.
Yeah.
I mean, I've lost. Well, let's talk about this one. Actually, this is kind of interesting.
Are you about to say you've lost friends to Australia?
And in the UK.
world.
No, okay, this is a really good one.
Yeah.
Because this is like a big feeling, I think. I actually talk about this in my show because I think we have an understanding of how many friends we should have in our life. I love asking my audience, how many friends have you got?
This is a great question.
And people freak out. All the guys, straight guys, are like honestly, they go, 100? 100 is crazy. I'm always
The
like,
truth is they don't have
and
one.
the room goes silent as everyone goes, this is a nightmare. Like, this can't be true.
Yeah.
And then I'll turn to like the guy's girlfriend. I'm like, and she'll be like, 4. And it's like, yeah, obviously it's 4.
Yeah.
So in this kind of like really defining era of my life was like sort of mid-20s when I fell into this improv group called Snort. And this is really weird to talk about this in this context because they are still my friends, but it's like, it's a different, basically, I was surrounded by like 10 of the brightest, shiniest, like, and you look at their like track record now, like best comedians around.
Well, this was an improv group in New Zealand, that just so happened to contain a bunch of superstars. Like, I've heard about Snort.
Yeah.
Scroll around
Snort
ABC.
Is
Yeah. Or BBC.
Global television.
And Snort's there.
yeah.
I know. It was like, it was magic. And, you read those like books of like, autobiographies of stars that you respect, and they talk about those, like that era in their life when they were hanging out with like, and then they drop like big names. And kind of looking back on it now, I was like, I got to kind of live that.
Yeah.
Where it was like every Friday night we'd go to the basement theatre, we'd do an improv show for an hour for free. We didn't get paid. But if you wanted to turn up, it was because you wanted to improvise with your friends. So it was a great contract in that sense. And we just started being funny together and hanging out all the time, and jobs started happening. We'd hang out in the middle and
How many people is this?
the kind of core group was probably around 10, 11 or 12. And then we got like bigger and bigger.
And it was a dip from the outside. It was when I started coming to do New Zealand Comedy Festival. It was like, oh, this is the greatest thing. Like, you wanted, if you were gigging in New Zealand, you wanted to like be in the club, like as in hang out, like the hangouts after that, because you were this like, in terms of friendships, it was like a movie. You're right. It was like a movie of like, oh, all of these people are going to do great.
Are we? Yeah.
We're having dinners together. We're doing, we're making, and everyone's starting to make shows. And because we're improvising together once a week, the shows are getting really good because everyone's like kind of creatively firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
They also happen to be like Rose Mutterfield, like, a global superstar. Like, and so because she's in the group, she's like elevating us to be our best selves. But even beyond the work, like you've got someone like Alice Sneddon, who's like one of the greatest people around, and she was really like, friendship's so important to her, and she's got so much kind of integrity to herself in terms of her interpersonal like relationships that she made us become better friends with each other. And thank you, just dropped the podcast there. And she, like expected more of us, and we started expecting more of each other, and the friendships became emotional, and but it was about this feeling of this group.
Yeah.
And obviously, I wish I could warn myself at 26 that the group can never sustain. It's a fantasy. It's a thing that exists when you're 25. It does not exist at 35 because people have children, partners. We were all single when we met each other. Like obligations, they move countries. Like, it's going to dissipate. And that sort of like really tight-knit like collective, there's been no fallout, there's no fights, there's no bad blood. We've just all grown up, and we've all sort of like, it's very rare to get that feeling of the whole again. Like it's like, it's impossible to do that. We did it, we ended Snort the show like after 10 years of doing it.
Did you have to have a moment when you started to see that people's lives were going to go like that, and you were like, okay, let's quit?
It's hard to continue improvising when someone's like, I need childcare.
Right. Fucking kids.
And you're like, actually, I'm married. Am I really going to take this Friday night off to improvise free with my friends? Like,
week.
is this
Yeah.
fair to my husband? So that was sort of happening more and more.
Okay.
And it was like, do we keep extending this show for the sense of like the legacy of it?
Yeah.
And it was really hard to make a decision. What we realized was like, oh my gosh, people are emotionally invested in this thing. This thing doesn't represent just like the legacy of the show. It represents our 20s.
Yes.
To let that go is devastating.
Yeah.
But we had a big conversation about it, obviously, because we're so like keyed in and plugged
Yeah.
into our emotions because of Alice Snedden. And everyone sort of talked about how they felt about it. And it was like, okay, I think actually the best thing to do is to like, in the way that we properly open the chapter, we'll probably close this chapter. So we did, everyone came back from like London, from Australia, wherever and they were at the shows because it meant so much to everyone. And we did 10 shows in 10 hours.
What?
Yeah.
And I did all 10 of them.
Oh my God.
And we just hung out and we just partied all night. And it was sort of like farewelling, I guess, the show, but also this idea that you could have 10 of your closest friends with you every Friday night.
So who's in that group?
It's like Rose Matafield, Guy Montgomery, Alice Snedden, Joseph Moore, Laura Daniel. They're like writers on SNL.
Yeah.
They do Two Hearts comedy. Brinley, Eddie. Like,
Oh,
so
wow.
my blood.
Your super friends.
My blood and bone are in there.
Yeah.
Like there's so many. There's Hamish Parkinson. I'm gonna miss some people, which is gonna be devastating. But
okay, we'll fill them in. Burp, 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 and
heaps.
burp, 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 burp.
and then it started getting bigger and wider. So we started bringing in like Lana Walters and like Alice Canton and like this sort of people I was living with and other comedians. Rhiannon was a part of it. Yeah. So like we brought in this kind of new wave,
Amazing
which is
people.
also really special too.
I sort of had a bit of a and still do sort of have that kind of friendship group. I mean, we weren't. We had some crappy bands or anything. We didn't form some sort of creative, project like that. But as it's the same sort of thing as time's gone on and it's like shifted. Now the WhatsApp group has sort of become, I don't know, birthdays or.
We've still got the
births?
thread, and it is still.
Has it got to that?
It's just birthdays.
It's just birthdays.
Yeah.
It's so hard to keep a hold of that, isn't it?
I actually just think the pressure to do it, I don't know, will like and keep it up like destroys the thing that it like. So you just have to be like, it happened. And we were lucky enough to feel it.
It's exactly what you
Totally.
needed at exactly the right time.
Yeah.
And I think being grown up enough to wrap it up on that level was so, because you see some people just really trying to keep things going in a way that like, oh, you're not even going to enjoy being there. Like to try and recreate it because it's like trying to be nostalgic about something and not actually be there for it.
And I could kind of feel myself starting to get like resentful about like everyone leaving or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
And now I've had to really be like, no. Like I'm actually so grateful I got to experience what that was, Like it just really like makes my 20s so special because it was just so nice and like really like personality forming.
And then you can have like a 10-year reunion and there can be things.
I think we did a 1-year reunion. We were like pretty quick to like, but yeah, of course we'll try and improv again, and it's like we can always. It's funny that it's like this embarrassing art form that kind of brings us together.
Yeah.
And it's like it is humiliating, and sometimes the shows are bad, and that was like part of it as well.
Sure,
I think.
yeah.
Isn't it wild to look around though, where like even now during Melbourne Comedy Festival or when you're on a TV show or something and you're able to look to your right and your left on say a panel show or something, like say spelling bee or something, and two of the people standing there were who you started with when you were like 20.
No, I know. And
not everyone gets that.
Yeah, and I guess because
They look at the left or the right and they're in like the dole line and like, well, we've been here the whole time.
Yeah.
But like
it is like.
it's wild.
It is pretty crazy that so many of this huge wave of New Zealand comedians sort of like went through this like snort experience and they knew what it was. Like when even the like people who had joined in for the last year, like they sort of knew the like
Pedigree.
of it all. It was like, oh, we're here to like improvise with each other, but also be really supportive and kind to each other. Because there was a period of time we were honestly every year it'd be like a new comedian, and Snort was winning like the award in the New Zealand Comedy Festival. Like it was just like
Wow.
we were getting so much better around
Yeah.
each other. It was like
Do you think it's like it contributed to the success of all of you?
You all
100%.
built each other up.
Oh, big time. Oh,
Yeah.
Tom was in it, like Eli. So like all these
Yeah.
podcasts and web series, like it just was a creative like space hub, just the group of us. That
so
was
valuable,
pretty
isn't it?
crazy. Like,
It's that thing of the strength of a scene. Like,
oh my gosh, yes. And that's what it is.
Yeah.
The loss of a scene as well
Yeah.
is also so sad.
yeah.
And it's sort of as close as I guess to what that person who like has a big group in high school and then they sort of try to hold on to the group even, and it's like I never felt that at high school, but I felt that in my 20s, you know, and it's always like we've got to bring the band back together, but it's just sort of it's impossible.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Well, our final category of friend, Chris, is forever friend, and maybe you've already spoken about the friends that you think you're going to have forever. But who were you thinking of for that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I was thinking it's obviously Eddie and Brynlee. It's so weird to do a podcast where you don't bring up your husband.
Yeah. I mean, you can.
But that's kind of like
You should.
no,
People have.
but that is also what's nice about just talking about friendships, because you so often we focus on romantic relationships so
All the time.
often,
Yeah.
but whereas friendships are just as meaningful in your life.
So meaningful. It's just so weird to like. He's such a obviously extension of myself. To
Of
sort
course,
of like,
yeah.
and then also they're like his. I've sort of like erased like his whole friend group who are like vital in my life as well. But I've just sort of been thinking about like I know them through him in this way. But
Yeah.
even though they are, it's been so interesting making them my friends as well. Like making sure that I reach out to them and not just
Oh, separately, reaching out to them separately.
yes.
Yeah, what's that like? What,
Get better at that.
how long does it take?
It's a real skill, I think.
Yeah.
Well, he's got this like incredible network of like bisexual women in his life. Like,
Love
and
it.
they're all so smart, and like I just like feel so lucky to be around them. They kind of make, and they're so like tapped in geopolitically and socially, and it's a really good group. I feel blessed.
Do you think you have to be friends with your partner's friends?
Yes. I actually think you do. Yeah. And I have like an expectation of
Yeah.
my friends' partners to like reach out to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm family. You know, like you've got to.
Yeah.
I love
is
watching a
part of the
partner
deal.
impress friends. I think it's
Yeah.
gorgeous. So, but in terms of a forever friend, I do have a friend that dates even longer than Brynlee and Eddie, actually. I met her when I was 8, and we're still really good friends. And she's also like, this is what I mean. I've got these really intense friendships. Her name's Holly. Met her in Christchurch. Her mum ran the drama club that I went to as a young boy. She was like 5 years older than me, I think. So she's always the cool older girl. But then we had this summer when I was sort of like 13, 14, where we all like, my friend Steeds, who was sort of like family friend. It's actually impossible to explain.
Deeds?
It was Sam Steeds, but I called him
Okay.
Steeds. Okay, I don't know how to explain this, but I'm going to try and paint the picture for you because it's kind of important.
Yeah.
So basically, Holly, my oldest friend, her mum Sonia runs this drama club with another woman named Wendy.
Sonia and Wendy.
Wendy and Sonia, and they are. When I think of what friendship the capacity of what friendship can be, it is that these women live together in the same house.
I love
They're
that.
friends. Everyone thinks they are a lesbian couple. They are just friends.
Oh, I love that.
I mean, their names are Wendy and Sonia.
And they're like, because they've got grandkids, they're known as the Grands.
Yeah.
But it's like, and everyone's like, but there's John, Wendy's husband. Like, so everyone's like, oh, they sort of forget. Like, everyone just thinks it's like this.
So are they kind of in a share house all their lives? Is
It's
that
kind of
sort
complicated thing because like earthquakes happen in Christchurch, which like kind of restructured like Sonia's living arrangements.
wow.
But
Yeah.
what was better was that they sort of rebuilt Wendy's house, so that Sonia's like house, like her own little wing was part of it.
Wow,
It's
love
so
that.
beautiful,
Yeah.
and they've been friends. They're together every day.
Yeah.
driving around. They were running this drama club for many years, like 30 years. They ran this drama club with like a whole bunch of closeted gay kids, and we were just they're like fairy godmothers.
Yeah.
So Holly's a kind of a part of that, and so these women would like let us like they'd have barbecues and we'd like hang out at there. Like it was just really sweet.
Such a nice thing
My
to
mum
have to
loved
look
it.
up to as well.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
and I'm like that is sort of my idea of what the capacity of friendship can be.
Yeah.
So Holly, she's just been there for all of it, and she's probably the friend that I like if I really fucked up. Like she'd be the person that I would like really
Yeah, okay.
have to seek forgiveness. She's sort of she holds me to the highest version of myself because she knows, like, she's like my friend who like makes sure that I'm like have as much integrity as possible, if that makes sense. So when I sort of fall off, like when I started making a bit of money and I could feel, she's the one that sort of keeps me back on the track. Like, so she's actually a good sense of a good old friend.
Yeah, like what you said at the
Yeah.
start.
I'm bringing it back,
Hello, holding you accountable.
I'm on the clock.
Are you
I'm on the clock.
a professional?
Are you giving our podcast better structure? Are you
God.
dramaturging us right now?
Can't help
Cliff,
it.
don't fucking dramaturg us.
She's so she's just the best. Like she's the best. She's got 2 gorgeous kids, and it's just one of those friendships though that I'm like, it's kind of like Madeline.
Yeah,
We could have just drifted apart.
yeah.
But because she's got such like integrity and friendship's so important to her, I think she's put more, because I moved away, like, so she's still put the work in to like reach out, and we
Yes.
still, and she's good friends with like my little sister, who's a really good friend of mine actually. But like, so
Liv Parker.
Liv Parker, so we kind of all like hang out. So she's really part of my like. She got to have like a wine with my mum.
Yeah.
No sweat.
Love that.
And catch up. Yeah.
That's a good measure of a good friend, is if
Yeah.
they can have a wine with your mum, I reckon.
Yeah, and I would be in a different city, and I wouldn't even blink an eye if that happened, and they'd
Totally.
have a lot to talk about.
It's his meds.
I had a wine with Kyron's mum the other day. It was a treat.
Oh.
It was a real
There's
treat.
actually nothing better
Yeah.
than talking to your friends' mums.
I love it so much.
I think it's how I would, like, when I was a teenager, flirt essentially with the, like, because everyone knew that we were gay, but I think it's almost a coping mechanism of, there's a bunch of boys doing something in the backyard or something, but you're at the counter being like, Denise, life, am I right? It is a lot around here, and they don't respect you for it.
And you throw your friends under the bus. I used to throw
Yeah.
Eddie under the bus all the time to his mum, Nancy. I was like, Eddie, don't speak to your mother like that. Like, I would like actually say that. And she'd be like, thank you, Chris. And like, like I really, like,
Yeah, you form
I was like, I don't give a shit about you now. I'm going straight for Nancy. Like,
Yeah.
I know. I don't know what it is in me. I think
Yeah.
because they let you kind of win, and they're sort of charmed by you, and so you sort of feel kind of emboldened.
Well,
around them.
it's a parental figure, but in a house that, you're right, they're gonna let you win. They're on your side.
Yes.
Whereas your parents, it sounds awful, but are not on your side in an argument or
No,
something. When you have
no.
friends over
Yeah.
there to embarrass you, and this is the reverse of that.
Become such a turncoat, hey, when you're like you're just like you're suddenly teen parents all the way.
Yeah. You're code switching, but to mum.
I know. It's so weird that it's in you.
Well, it's also the best validation to get someone's mum on board. You're like, I've won the mum. I am the best.
All I want
Yeah.
is one of them to just call me like a card.
Yeah.
You're a card, Reese, aren't you? Aren't you silly? God, you're
Stay
funny.
for dinner. Stay for dinner.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
all those friendships, whether they're old friends or new friends, or even the group of friends that you've lost in just because time's moved on, I think the common factor there seems to be like sort of devotion. Like you're sort of very devoted to friendships, like all through that. Where do you get that from? Why do you think that friends are so important to you?
I think like the joy of friendship is it's like a long-term investment. Like the more you put in, the more you get out in the long run, right? And I enjoy. An element of friendship that I really like enjoy is the dependability of them. I think I just love having something to fall back on, and I hate like actually, yeah, I don't like having to like feeling like I owe people favors or like I'm sort of inconveniencing people. So when
Yeah.
it becomes like obligation or duty, then it's good for me because it's like of course you're going to arrive 7 a.m. with the trailer to help me on this thing because like that's just the role we play in each other's life, and
Yeah.
I'll be there for you when you need that. And that, well, like when I got with Michael, I think that was a big part of like why I was attracted to him, was like he just put that kind of nervous voice in my head at ease. Like I remember the first night he stayed over, he's like, "Do you want a coffee in the morning?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then he just like went into the kitchen, just made a coffee, and I remember being like, "I'm going to marry this man," because it's not like, "Oh, where's your kettle? Where's your like?" Oh, is it okay? And I'm sorry if he just like got in there and was like, this might be a bad coffee, but I'm just gonna like commit to the gesture.
Calm
And I was
Been a
like,
bad
oh, heaven.
Yeah.
I don't want to be, and I don't want to be like, no, the coffee is great. Like I just want to like
Yeah.
just get on with it, you know. So I think
Yeah.
I like just no games being played. I just like it being.
Just
I like a rock
safe.
solid base.
So do you think you full up your dance cards just full?
Like what has been the biggest epiphany for me on this pod is like I'm like, yes.
That's nice.
I think that's the issue here, is that I'm like, I've got all the friendship I need.
Okay.
I'm not looking for anyone.
Well, as
obviously,
long as you still have a drink with me when I come to Auckland.
no,
once a
exactly.
year,
Like
that'd be
there's
nice.
obviously room for like new people in my life and these new friendships. It's just like, it's really tricky to get into the inner circle. Like you've done a really good job getting in there.
I think I might
to
have
say-
slipped in before the gate closed.
Yeah, I
like
think so.
because
Yeah.
I was in
Your feet just as it's
I was,
coming down.
Mid-20s.
Yes, I think
And I
so.
slipped in.
I actually think so.
Mid-20s?
Yeah.
Oh, last
Have you
one in.
known
I'm one of the
each
last
other
ones, and I pulled the ladder up.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, similar in my career. I'm like, no more.
Reese has been turning people around.
I do still get like friendship crushes, like sort of where I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I really want to be friends with that person. Like that still sort of happens a lot.
Yeah.
I get that during fest sometimes. A psycho thing that I do, say it's Edinburgh or something. I'll be like looking through the program, and there'll be someone there that'll be like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get there.
I
I totally do that too.
My recent one is Josie Long. Yeah. And you invited me to dinner with Josie Long, and I was like, I was so sick,
Yeah.
so I couldn't go. But I was like,
Oh, damn.
like I was so desperate. So
Yeah.
like,
You know what? You stand around Josie Long for long enough, you'll become a best friend.
she's
She's one of those people.
oh my
She
god,
seems like one of those
But-
people that everyone just absolutely adores.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you've got no
Yeah.
room.
no room.
Yeah.
So no room in
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
Too bad.
Sorry,
Well,
Josie.
Chris, it's been wonderful having you to brag on our show today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do people come in and they say that they're bad friends?
No,
Sometimes.
you know what though? It's straight men.
Yeah. Interesting.
Majority straight men.
Yeah, interesting. Well, thanks for being our friend, even if it is strictly just for this hour.
Yeah. Sorry, I am. Yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.